Welcome to T&M Magic Hour.
Hey guys, I'm Tisha.
And I'm Michelle.
And welcome back to T&M Magic Hour, where we talk everything Disney, Universal and travel. So let's get into it.
So as usual, we thought we'd always start with recapping from the last episode and the couple of questions that we left you with. So the first one was the trivia question, and that was how long were the tunnels that are underneath Magic Kingdom? And there was a few answers, and there was a couple that were close, but no one quite got it right. So the tunnels that run underneath Magic Kingdom, where all the staff, kind of run around underground secretly, so that we don't see what's going on behind the magic, are roughly about 2.5 miles long. So they include staff areas and costume rooms, and I understand there's like hairdressers and all sorts of stuff under there. So
oh wow!
Yeah. So one of the things that we've always really wanted to do actually is the Key to the Kingdom tour, but you can only do that once you're over 16, so Charlie isn't old enough yet, but I will be running to have a look down there one day. So it's 2.5 miles if anybody got that one. And the other thing we do every week is the would you rather question. So last week's was, would you rather have no park app access or no dining reservations? Now I think we did have an R about that a little bit, but I think in general we were like, okay, we could probably live without the dining reservations, the park app access, and actually I think it was unanimously everyone agreed. So I think you just have to pray and hope that you got some dining reservations, but you couldn't live without the park app.
Exactly, definitely not.
Yeah. So for this week's Magic Minute, there's actually a few bits of news flying around, some new openings and various things across both parks actually. So to start off with, Universal Epic Universe has literally just announced a new nighttime spectacular called Celestial Good Night. I think it's debuted on the 7th of July and is now running nightly at park close. And it does look spectacular. I've not seen a full run through of it, but I've seen a few kind of clips of it, and it does look pretty impressive. And it's quite nice actually, I think, for them to have a nighttime show just to close off the park. So yes, I should be looking forward to going to see that when we're there in August, seeing what that's all about. Sticking with Universal, Halloween Horror Nights is in full flow of information, and it's dropping on a regular basis. I think the most recent one, for anybody who is going, it's obviously between the 28th of August and the 1st of November. That's when it runs. Anybody who is going, Hellraiser is getting its first themed house.
Nice.
So that, again, looks interesting for anyone who's a fan of that. And Stranger Things house has been announced as well as the based on the final season, amongst many other things. So I think as they start dripping through, we'll kind of add a few more bits in for that. But I've never actually ever done Halloween Horror Nights. So,
neither have I.
No, it is on our list. I'd love to do it.
Same, yeah.
But again, Charlie's too young. He'd be terrified. So Halloween Horror Nights, that's that. So I mentioned on the previous episode about the fact that we'd booked our flights for August through BA, and they're now doing flights directly to MCO. So they're running those between the 21st of July and the 29th of August, so over the summer. So BA have opened up flight pass directly from Heathrow, which is ideal and worth looking at if you're still looking for flights. I'm sure most people who are going now have got their flights already, or I'd hope you have. But just in case you are looking, that is something. I'm not sure whether that is a permanent move or not. So it might be worth just keeping an eye out for that in case.
Is that from Heathrow?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I know we were talking about prices of flights previously, and BA do tend to have slightly more competitive prices than some of our other favourite airlines. So it's worth just bearing that in mind in case that does kind of reoccur going forward. So I just thought I'd mention that. And we were just talking about this earlier on, but Level 99 has now opened up in Disney Springs as well, which has brought massive excitement into our household because I think that might be a nice rainy afternoon activity to give a try. I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know, it's aimed at teens and adults, but it's an interactive games bar food kind of entertainment venue. So I think it's got things like giant pinball, swinging axe runs.
Oh, nice.
It does look quite fun actually. So I think it's just worth mentioning that in case it is one of those downpours and a typical Florida afternoon. That'd be a good place to go. The big news, however, for the week is obviously about Carousel of Progress. I'm sure most people have heard lots of the rumours about that now. But that obviously has closed now as of today, but it closed on the 5th of July, so as in its previous iteration. So if you've not been in recently, you can't now. And it's looking to reopen sometime in 2027. They've not given a date yet. But all of its decade scenes are now being replaced. And I believe it's starting in the 60s. So they're looking to start around the moon landing. And then obviously it's coming forward now into more modern and future times over the course of the ride. And I believe they're also adding a new Walt Disney animatronic into the beginning segment as well. So he will come on and do something too. So
I mean, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those, again, it's great for the aircon. One of my favourites, to be honest. It wasn't very relatable for us. And a lot of the stuff, when you look at it now, and it went into the 90s and the 2000s, you're like, none of that, it was so untrue to life, wasn't it? Because they'd put it in at a time when they were expecting these things to happen. And Charlie, even worse, he couldn't relate to any of it. It was all just boring nonsense as far as he was concerned. So I think it would be quite nice to see something a little bit more geared towards younger audiences now.
What life is actually like for us now.
Exactly. A bit more realism in there. So so it'd be interesting to see what they do with that.
So on to our main topic, we thought we would talk a bit about our favorites and things that we must do and things that we can skip out on. So we're going to start off with Magic Kingdom, and we're going to start off with like my 3 favorite rides there. My first one would have to be Tiana's Bayou. I only did it for the first time this year in May, and let's just say I didn't get wet, so I was happy.
That's a win. Such a win.
It's an absolute win. I was expecting to get absolutely soaked. My friends did, but not me. I got lucky in that, but I just loved the scenes. It was like so many different scenes. There is a lot more drops than I anticipated. I only thought it had the really big one, but there was a lot more in between. But I absolutely loved them. Yeah, there's a lot of sneaky ones, but the scenes, the music, the vibe of it, and we did it at nighttime, so it was even nicer. And at that point, we could see the fireworks as well as they were going off. But I just absolutely love that ride. I think it's such a great ride. I mean, the ride it was before, was it Splash Mountain?
Splash Mountain, yeah. So it was Brer Rabbit, wasn't it? Song of the South.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I never did it, so I didn't know what the ride was before Tiana's Bayou, but to do it now, and like, I absolutely love it, and I would 100% do it again. And if it is on a hot day and you're going anywhere between like June, July, August, I suggest you do it because you'll dry off pretty quickly.
No,
and
I
then
would agree with that one. Sorry, I was just going to say, 'cause I don't actually like drop rides very much. Like,
neither do I.
Not my favourite, but I will do that one.
Yeah, it's not as, I think it's over so quickly when you do that big massive drop bit that you don't notice it. It's like you get down and then you're more involved in the fact that, hang on a minute, you are wet, so you're laughing at everybody else that has got wet. I mean, I had a picture and all of our faces just looked an absolute picture. There was only one of us, the group that I went with, and they were actually smiling, but the rest of us were like,
it's one that's worth it. It's worth
I
the
think it's the anticipation of are you going to get wet or not? But yeah, so that is my first favorite ride. My second is Tron. I did that for the first time, and for me, it's a great ride. I just wish not only was it longer, but I wish that it didn't slow down at parts a little bit. I think the takeoff, the G-force, perfect, absolutely amazing. But then it almost like slows down as you go around. And I was like, okay, this is... And then before I blinked, I was like, hang on a minute, it's over. And it's like, hang on, I hadn't quite wrapped my head around the entire ride as of yet. So it's still one of my favorites.
100% my biggest frustration with that ride.
Yeah.
It could be so much better quite easily.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do like it, but just make it that tad bit longer so we get to enjoy it, and make it faster so it's the same level as when we took off. And then my third one, this one's a bit hard because I do like the new update on Buzz Lightyear. But I also like Pirates of the Caribbean. So out of the two, I would have to say probably Buzz, and I just think it's based off the new update, the fact that you now get to see your scores in your pictures. so that you always have that memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like it. I like the new update. It's amazing.
It's a great interactive ride as well. It's just fun,
Yeah,
and you can like kind of interact with each other, can't you, as you're playing the one?
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite
it's a very
fun.
good one. Yeah, yeah. So mine, so I actually went completely different to you, although I could have picked all of yours. So
Yeah,
it's actually quite hard to just pick three.
yeah.
Yeah. So my first one, I picked. Everyone, it might be some controversy whether this is a ride or not, but the People Mover. I absolutely love the People
Oh,
Mover.
yes.
I'm claiming it as a ride. I don't care
Yeah.
if anybody else agrees with me. It's just, yeah, you just sit, you just get taken around. It's, yeah,
Yeah.
just everything about it. It's a vibe. I absolutely love it. It's great in the day and at night.
Yes.
So
Love
yeah,
it.
so that is my top pick. I absolutely love the People Mover. Big Thunder Mountain. It's just a
I've
classic.
not done that.
No, well, shut, wasn't it? I don't know if it was
Yes,
open
it
when you went. It
was.
was probably shut. Yeah,
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so you've missed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next time, guys, next time.
Yeah, just a classic for me. Again, is it the best ride in the world? Probably not. Like, is it
Yeah.
even frills or anything like that? But it's just classic,
Yeah.
for me. Absolutely love it. And Haunted Mansion is my third. Again, I just yeah. Again, love it or hate it, but I love Haunted Mansion. I think it's brilliant. The storyline that goes through it.
Yeah.
It's, there's parts of it that are very clever. Yeah. Again, just everything about that one. I love
Yeah.
it. But again,
I
I could
do
have
like that
picked
one.
yours. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's quite nice. It's I didn't have high hopes for that one actually for Haunted Mansion because when I did Phantom Manor, which is for any of you guys that haven't been to Disneyland Paris, their version is called Phantom Manor, and we did it, and I was like to my mum, well, this doesn't feel like the one that's I've seen in vlogs in Florida, and then I did the one in Florida, and I was like, hang on a minute, I actually like this. It's a little, not only is it longer, but there's a completely different storyline once you get past a certain section, and I was like, hang on, like this is really good. Like I wasn't expecting it to be this good. So yeah, I would agree that is a really good one.
Yeah. And it's also great if it's hot
Yeah,
because you can sit in
absolutely.
the dark in the aircon for quite a long time, and that's great. So yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, so those are some good rides. We had different ones, but all six of those are great rides.
indeed. Yeah, like I say, you couldn't mix and
Absolutely.
match them, can you?
Exactly. So more heading towards our snacks, drinks, and I guess a little bit of food, merging all together. Three favorites. This one might be a bit controversial, I don't know, but the corn dog nuggets at Casey's Corner have become a personal fave of mine.
They're a love them or hate them snack,
Yes.
aren't they?
It was the first time I had them this year, so I usually would go get a hot dog from there. But I was like, oh, they have corn dog nuggets. And I was like, well, let me try them. And I was very much impressed with those. I absolutely loved them. They became a quick fave.
Yeah, I do like them.
I
No.
absolutely loved them. And then next one would be the make your own popcorn at the confectionery. Absolutely love that. I mean, this time I bought one and I didn't even eat it. I just, as soon as I got back to the hotel, I taped it up and was like, yep, it's going in my suitcase. And I got to enjoy it in my bed when I came back. So
Amazing.
I absolutely love it. And I always go through the combo of butter popcorn because if you're in the UK, like we are, they don't do butter popcorn anymore as like a bag. You can only do it as a microwave popcorn. And there's something about microwave popcorn that I just don't like anymore. So it's always nice to have butter popcorn, but I always get that with the white chocolate and as the little sprinkles, I go for pretzel and what's the other thing I go for? And marshmallow, the little mini marshmallows.
Yeah.
Absolute elite combo. That's my favorite combo. I mean, some of you might look at me and think, "Ugh, what's wrong with you?"
Yeah, but that's the beauty of the popcorn.
Exactly. You can
Every
make it
pick
how
what you
you
like.
wish.
Yes,
It
exactly.
it's definitely a fave of mine. And the third one, that's tricky because I've got a few faves. I think it would probably be, oh, this one's hard. I'm trying to go around the parks now and think of all the places that I have been in Magic Kingdom. Cheeseburger spring rolls. Those are going to be my third favorites. I didn't
Yeah.
actually get it on this trip because I just, when you go around to rides, like you prioritize certain things. But
Yeah.
the first time I had them, they were amazing. And I've actually learned how to make them myself at home now. So
Oh,
I still
amazing.
get a little Disney in the
Oh, that's
house.
dangerous if you can make them, though.
Yeah, just a tad. You know what? It's based off my energy level. If I'm not in the mood to make them, I won't make them. But if I am, then I make a bulk of them and then freeze them.
Amazing. I'm round yours later.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do this.
Okay, so our snacks. So snacks. So we aren't, and I said this to you earlier, we're not snacky people in the park. So we
Yeah.
tend, particularly when it's hot, I find snacking
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard. So I actually did find this category quite difficult. But two of my snacks that I've picked are exactly the same as yours. So popcorn on Main Street. You have to
Oh,
have
yeah.
popcorn on Main Street. Like I say, the popcorn is not the same popcorn anyway, even without
Yeah.
anything on it. It's not the same
Yeah.
as over here, so the popcorn is different. But the fact that you can then add amazing toppings onto the top of it, yeah, it's the best snack in Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And I would be having to go Skittles, and chocolate sauce, and yeah, marshmallows I think as well on ours. But yeah, but every time you get them, they're different. You can put what you like on them, different flavors. It's just, yeah, the best.
Yeah.
And I also went spring rolls.
Yeah.
Although I actually prefer the pizza spring rolls.
Really?
Yeah. So I like the cheeseburger ones, but I actually
Yeah.
prefer the pizza ones. But yeah, so I think those are two quite kind of staples of Magic Kingdom
Yeah.
snacks, aren't they? The other one that I went with was the 𝗚𝗶𝗀𝗆 float. I don't know if you've ever had that.
Oh, I've not had that. The queue was really long, so we kind of bypassed it and we said we'd go back and we never did.
Yeah, no. So we had it on our last trip. Never had it
Yeah.
before. Seen loads of people with it.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's quite, but it was amazing. It's worth the queue. Yeah,
Ah.
it was really, really refreshing. The flavor combination was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have that. And it, like I say, especially for us, because we're not particularly snacky people,
Yeah.
particularly in the heat, but with the combination of the ice cream and the soda in it, it was,
Yeah.
gotta try it.
That might definitely be added to my list. I mean, no matter how many times you go back to Disney, there's always something that you end up missing out on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Stomach
Yeah.
is not big enough.
Absolutely. It's not, it's not. It's absolutely not. But yeah. So then, hidden gems. Now, I don't know how hidden these gems are because I guess people go back and they find them. But this was a new find for me per se. And it is the little Terrence bit as you come out of Buzz Lightyear coming back into Main Street. And if you follow it around, you got the little Stitch statue kind of hanging off the wall. If you follow that in, there's loads of seating area and it's quite shady.
Yeah.
And it's usually pretty quiet because no one actually knows it's there. And I just about stumbled on this as I followed it around. There was like a photo pass that was there. And as I walked through, I was like, hang on a minute. This takes us out to Main Street. But I was like, well, this is a great place to sit because it's undercover. You're out of the way. There's no one really there. The toilets are a lot quieter there as well because just no one knows that they're there. So
No.
that is my little hidden gem.
That is a great one. Like say in the heat of the afternoon or
Yeah.
anything like that, to just be able to just sit and just get a bit of respite from it
Exactly.
is amazing.
Yeah.
So my hidden gem is slightly different and quite controversial because it won't be a gem for everyone.
Yeah.
But I've put the Country Bears because I absolutely love the Country Bears. And
I'm
I
scared.
absolutely love, yeah. Well, I think it is a bit Marmite. You either love them or you hate them. There's
Yeah.
a few reasons why I love them. I think they're great anyway. The songs are great.
Yeah.
My son will not thank me for telling everyone this, but he also quite likes to sit and sing along to them. Not very cool for a 13-year-old, but yeah, he does quite like it too. It is great for the aircon. It's, again,
Yeah.
it's you can sit, rest your feet.
Yeah.
There's a whole heap of reasons why I actually think that they are a much, much underrated attraction. Yeah, so that is mine.
Yeah. See, I've never actually done the show. The first time I ever saw them was 2023, and it was just before the Christmas parade at the Christmas party, and they were dancing in the middle, but we happened to stand closer to the bit where the floats were going to come out,
Yeah.
and I saw them from a distance. I goes, I do not like them. Instantly, I said, I do not like them because why do they look like that? Why is their head so long? And why is their face so distorted? And I was just like, they scare me. So maybe one day on another trip,
You
I
have
will
to give it a
brave
try.
it and go with.
There's some amusement. They are funny. It's a funny show. There's a whole, and it is a little bit of like what I would again old school Disney magic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of nostalgia type thing. But you've got to give it a try once. If nothing else, just shut your eyes and just enjoy the
Yeah.
aircon.
Give him a try.
Yeah.
Ish. One day.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
And then the last section of this part, just for Magic Kingdom, would be a miss. What ride would, or something that you would skip out? And for me, it has to be Peter Pan. Never again. Never again will I stand in a 40-minute queue for Peter Pan.
You were lucky. Only a 40-minute queue.
I mean, for starters, why is it a long queue? The ride is terrible. And do you know what's even worse is that my friend did Japan last year, or no, sometime this year, and she showed me their Peter Pan, and I was like, why is there such a different contrast between their Peter Pan and the one in Florida? I was like, this is the worst ride I have ever been on. And I don't know if it's just because it kept breaking down, because it just kept stopping and starting. So it's like, you're just kind of hovered above and you're looking down and you're like, well, now I can't actually see anything. It was just a horrible ride. And I was like, I don't know how people like this. I mean, I get it, but I don't personally like it. That's an absolute skip.
I'm with you. I don't understand the queue length.
Yeah.
The last couple of times we've been, I know we've been at busy times, but the queue has not been less than 70 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, why? If it was a walk-on, even then I would still be like, do we bother?
Exactly.
Certainly not standing in a long queue for it. No. So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, it's no.
Yeah. So mine, I've actually got two.
Oh, okay.
I know I was supposed to do one, but I actually did two because I couldn't quite decide. The first one, the Tiki Room. Did you do that this time?
No, I didn't. That was never on my radar. What is the Tiki Room?
The Tiki Room is it's a show that you go into, and it's a room full of animatronic birds.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like whoever invented it, whoever designed it, it looks a bit like they were on something while they were doing it.
Psychedelics.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you sit there the first time we did it, and you're kind of looking at each other like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like, I'm clearly missing something. I'm sure, and it's got the most annoying song in it that you can't like then stop singing.
Yeah.
So that's a hard pass for me now. So I feel like you have to do it once.
Yeah, I'll try it
you
once.
Should go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, absolute hard pass for me. And I have to put the beignets from Magic Kingdom on there.
Yes.
Beignets, they are just not good. Like,
yeah, they're not the same.
They're not the same. I was expecting French Quarter beignets.
Yeah.
Not. So yeah, don't waste your money on them. That is my controversial opinion.
That I would absolutely agree with. No.
Yeah. So I couldn't decide between the two, so I've had to just, shove them all in the bin.
Absolutely makes sense. I would do the exact same thing. So we're gonna move on to Epcot now. And my 3 favorite rides for Epcot, number 1 has to be Guardians of the Galaxy. I did it for the first time this year, and it fast became top of any of my list. I love it. And I got my favorite song. I got September. But it's just a great ride. And I think even though my picture says otherwise that I got on there and I look like I'm absolutely petrified, I promise you I wasn't. It was more the fact that the speed that you take off at kind of shocked me. But once you kind of get the ride going and the music's playing, you actually end up enjoying the music and you forget that you're on a roller coaster. Because that's essentially what it is. Yeah, that has to be top 1 for me. My next favorite is Ratatouille. That ride is another favorite. Me and my mum have done it so many times in both Disneyland Paris and in Florida. The wait time is jarring. I have to admit, the wait time is ridiculously long, but they do move you along quite fast. I would have to say this time around, I don't remember standing there for very long before I had to move again. It was quite fast forward moving. But I just love that ride. It's the smells, the fact that it's so realistic.
Yeah.
Love it.
Fun. It's a lot of fun, that one.
And I'm glad they got rid of the glasses, because now they don't have the glasses where you have to have it 3D. Now it's so much better. So much better. I think they did well on that one. And then my last one would be Soaring. So at the minute it should be Soaring across America, sorry. I enjoyed it, but I definitely say I would enjoy the soaring around the world one version of it. Because there's a lot of places in America that I hadn't been, so I had no idea what like
It was.
yeah, I had no idea what it was. So I was a bit confused. It was like, like
Yeah.
I don't know where this is, but okay. But the smells from it were fantastic. But again, I prefer soaring around the world. That one is just my absolute fave.
Yeah. Is it still
So
the
yeah,
same music and stuff in the new one? Like the
yeah, still same
yeah,
music.
still
Yeah,
yeah.
still the same.
Yeah. No, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like I say, it's
Yeah,
nice for a change.
exactly. Yeah,
You can't beat the original, can you?
yeah,
So out my three, so Soarin' was on mine. Yeah, I love Soarin'. Again, it's just a classic, isn't it? You
yeah,
get on it. As soon as the music starts and it's like, and the smells are great in
yeah,
there, and it's just a really, it's just a really fun, nice little ride to soar over the world on. So
yeah.
so I would agree with you. I actually, like I say, I've not done the new version
Mhm.
yet. So we'll try that in August. But yeah, I'm sure you can't, like I say, can't quite beat the original.
Absolutely.
Apart from if you're in a certain seat on that ride,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Empire State, not the Empire State Building, and the Eiffel Tower just looks a bit leany.
Yo, not noticed that, so I
Yeah,
might not have been
no,
in those seats yet.
yeah, no, there are some seats in there where if you, it looks, it's all
Wonky.
over the shop. Yeah, it is. But still a great ride anyway.
Yeah,
It would be no surprise to anyone that Guardians is in my list of top three,
yeah,
because it's the top ride in existence in the world as far as I'm concerned. I
yeah,
absolutely love it. And same with you. It's just fun. It is pure, unadulterated fun from
yeah.
beginning to end. That ride. Not one person in the world has a decent ride photo from there. I don't think, do they?
No,
Because
I've
that
not
bit,
seen the
most
perfect
of the
one.
time, it's because all of mine have got my hair on my face. I should put it up before I go on there. Might do that next time.
Yeah,
But yeah, you can't beat that. I think
yeah,
even when you get the rubbish songs, it's still good.
yeah,
And I've gone with Living with the Land. I love Living with the Land.
yeah. I can't deny it. I do like that bit.
Yeah, I love it. There's never a really long queue.
Never,
Well, I say
yeah,
never. There's hardly ever a very long queue, apart from
yeah.
at Christmas. Christmas is great because
Okay.
they decorate it all, and it is really nice at Christmas.
Mm.
But the queue does get quite long. But in
Uh,
general, it's easy to get on, and actually it's just a really nice, relaxing, bit of education. I like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that one actually. Yeah, that one. That's probably my mum's favorite more than anything else. But I do
Yeah.
like the bit where you get into the garden and you see everything that's being grown.
Yeah.
I do like that bit. That bit's quite fun because I'm like, oh, I didn't know this is what that looks like. It's very educational, but
Yeah.
in a fun way. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is definitely good choices.
Yeah.
Very good. Snack wise, I've gone for some that are probably in the festival. So each time I've gone to Epcot, I've landed in between the Flower and Garden Festival. So these are some of the snacks that I had. I know one is a permanent one, and that's actually just always there. But my first one is funnel cake. Took me by surprise. Did not expect it to taste so good. And I just got it plain. I got it plain with like it's like just the dusted sugar. Why can't I think of the name? Like sugar
Yeah. I know
powder,
what you mean. Yeah.
or powdered sugar, should I say? But that was just really good. It's really large as well. So me and my mum shared it, but it was really good. I just didn't expect it. It was like the outside tasted crispy, but the
Hmm.
inside was fluffy, and that's what confused me.
Yeah. We've never
But
had the funnel cake.
add it to the list. It's a must.
Yeah. I have to do that this time then.
Yeah, it's a very good snack to have if you in between like lunch and dinner period. I mean, Epcot alone is always a snacky place.
Yeah.
There's so much food to try, and that was one of them that I really did enjoy. This next one is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So I don't know if that's part of the Flower and Garden Festival, if that's something that you can get all year round, but if you haven't seen it, it's like a little sushi and it's made from soy paper, I think, and then the inside would be like rice, I guess it would be, and then it's got like bits of fruit, and I can't remember the fruit that they had in it now. I feel like it's watermelon, pineapple, and something else.
Hmm.
It took me by surprise. I really enjoyed the flavor.
Yeah.
It was
I
quite
think
nice.
I've got a funny feeling it is a Flower and Garden one. And again, I've seen it, but we've never
Uh,
had it. It does look nice and refreshing though.
yes, it's
Yeah.
so good. Very, very good. So I 100% recommend that if you do go to the Flower and Garden Festival, add that to your list because it is very nice. And the last one is, I know I'm going to butcher the name of this, 𝗂𝗂𝘀𝘁, which again, I think that is also part of the Flower and Garden Festival, but it's essentially fruit on a stick. I think I had grapes and I think it was strawberries. And it's essentially coated in sugar, and then they leave it to harden. But it's perfect. If you've ever had like a candied apple, that's exactly what it's like. It was such a good, refreshing treat. And do you know what? The fruit was fresh. Sometimes you can get them, and it's a big bonus because sometimes you can get them and they're mushy or the fruit doesn't taste so sweet or good. But the fruit was absolutely amazing. And from my understanding, with the Flower and Garden Festival, the things that you see growing in living in the land, that is the stuff that they use to make a lot of their food and stuff during that time. So 100% recommend those. Those are my 3 favorites.
Okay. I haven't had the fruit things either, so I might have to add them to my list too.
Add them.
Amazing. So I had the same problem as you because I couldn't remember whether these were festival foods or not. Now, I've got a funny feeling that 2 of these are and 1 of them isn't, but you know, I apologise if you go and you can't get them. So the first one I put down was the garlic, and I don't know what it was called, but it was sweet corn. Sweet corn covered in garlic and cheese and deliciousness.
Yes.
It was amazing. For something so simple, it was just a taste sensation. It was delicious. So I highly recommend that. And I've got a funny feeling that one is a Flower and Garden Festival
potentially
food. But it was amazing, and all 3 of us really enjoyed it. It was one of those that we could have eaten a lot of them. So there was that. And I think the other one, which I also think it was a festival food during Christmas, so it was a festival of the holidays, was the gingerbread macaroon from the French pavilion. Again, it was just delicious. And macaroons for me are, well, they're all right, but they're not, you know, not make food to write home about. But the gingerbread macaroon was delicious. So I would highly recommend that. And then I had to put a drink in because who doesn't go to Epcot and have a drink? So at the avocado margarita from the Mexican pavilion. Again, it's a bit of a controversial one. You either love it or hate it. I really, really enjoy it. So so I've had to put a margarita in there somewhere.
That's interesting. I've not had any of the 3 things you've mentioned actually. Well, corn actually, I did have that. That was really good. But whoever put I want to say, is it tahini that they add to it, the lime? They put way too much on ours because me and Mum had the face of like we'd been slapped. It was so sour. We were like, ugh. But it was really, really good. Like we did have to wipe that part off, but other than that, it was really good. I enjoyed that.
I do quite like, I think, like I said about with the fresh stuff though, it's like you say, for me, especially when it's hot, you kind of just want stuff that just feels fresh and good for you. It's quite nice to find those things.
Exactly. So then the next thing is a hidden gem. Now, some of you may have noticed it or some of you may not, but in the Mexican pavilion, they're in front of is it called Grand Fiesta? I can't remember. That's it. In front of that building there where it's across from that is a little, like a little stall, and they make personalized rings. So you can pick the colors, which I think are silver, gold, and then bronze. Your bronze is obviously going to be your cheaper one. And then you can get your initials. Now, I got my initials in it, and then my mum got hers, and it had a little heart. But I just thought that was like a great way for the like thing to have as a souvenir from the trip. If I'm correct, they do have the same thing in Epcot, but I don't remember seeing it there this time. So they might have got rid of it, but it's definitely in the Mexican Pavilion in Epcot. So that is my...
Because I don't think I've ever noticed that.
Yeah, it's on the right-hand side with like the little shop.
No, I'm gonna have to have a look. Because like I say, to have a personalised sort of little souvenir is really nice rather than just the generic merch.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm staying in the Mexican Pavilion because I actually feel like the Mexican Pavilion for me is just it's not a hidden gem, it's just a gem in general. Now I've picked the Grand Fiesta tour, and again, I know this is a bit of some people really hate it. But the reason I've picked it is because the first time we went, we didn't know it was there, so it is hidden unless you stumble onto it. There's never a queue. very rarely again.
Yeah.
And it's just a quite a nice little peaceful ride round that again gets you off your feet. It, you know, you can just have a little, and who doesn't love Donald? Everyone loves Donald. So yeah, I've picked that as my hidden gem.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I like the inside of that part of the building. I just don't particularly like the ride itself. I was a bit confused by the actual ride, if I'm honest with you. I was a bit like, I don't get storyline in this.
Yeah, no, you're amongst many. Lots of people don't like it.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, like I say, get a marg, drink one of them, get on it. It's
a vibe.
Nice, peaceful 5 minutes. Yeah.
And then I guess my thing that I would miss out, Frozen. It's not worth the wait. It went too quick. Before I knew it, I was flying backwards and I was like, hang on a minute, the ride's done. Yeah. It could have been a bit longer and I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. It does move through it quite quickly, I feel like. So it's over quite quickly, but that is an absolute miss. I've done it once now and I'm like, yeah, I can skip out. I don't need to do it again.
I'm kind of with you. I actually don't mind it as a ride. If it had a 5-10 minute queue, I'd get in the queue and I would get on it. But
absolutely,
it's never a 5-10 minute queue, is it? It's a ridiculous queue. And it's not, I'm with you, it's not worth the queue line.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Yeah. So my one to skip, and again, people will be coming at me with this one, but I've actually picked Spaceship Earth. I don't love Spaceship Earth.
No, neither do I.
It's a one and done. It's quite slow. It stops a lot.
I've not had that.
Yeah, like not say it breaks down, but it does. You know, you're going around and then it stops, and then you're going around again and it stops. The last time we went on it, it did it all in a foreign language. It was like Chinese or something. Somebody pressed the wrong button, which was even worse. So it's not top of my list. I know lots of people love it for nostalgia and everything else, but I'm not. Not a massive fan.
I've done it once and I don't need to do it again.
No, I feel the same. Like, I'm kind of ambivalent about it. If Russell and Charlie want to go on it, I will go on it, but I could easily just not bother.
No, understandable. I guess if it's hot and it's got a low wait time, then absolutely I'd go for it. But just to get out the heat a little bit. But other than that, no. I'm not gonna
next door to the shop. I'd rather go in there for the aircon.
Yeah. Absolutely. So moving on to Hollywood Studios. Now this one was a little tricky for me because I didn't do it very often, and if I did do it, it was only half days that I was there for. So my first ride of that trip that I absolutely loved was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Rail. Loved that. Absolutely loved it. Now the wait time was impressive. It said half an hour, and I think it took us 15 minutes to get in. I was well and truly shocked because I'd seen people wait long times for them, and the queue was actually outside when we started. And before I knew it, we were inside. I blinked and I was like, hang on a minute, I think we're about to go into the pre-show, which is the famous song and section. But I absolutely loved that ride. It was so nice to actually get it done after seeing it in everybody else's vlog so many times, but I absolutely loved that. The next ride I liked was Rise of Resistance. That was a new ride for me and my mom, and we loved it. It's just so graphically well done. Like, it just felt so real. And even when you look at not just the animatronics, but even like your there's a bit where you have the big statue things. I don't know what they are. Like, they look like bots, but they're quite tall. It was just mind-blowing, and if you look closely, they move.
It's quite experience.
It was an experience from start to finish, and it's a long ride, and that's what I think I liked. There's so many bits between each pre-show, and then you kind of get on the ride and you're like, this ride is amazing, like I actually love it. So that was a good favorite of mine. And my last one would definitely be Toy Story Mania. I really enjoyed that one, and my aim was to beat my mum, of course.
You always got to win.
And there's a technique to it. It's a lot of work because you got to keep pulling that thing. But I really enjoyed it. The graphics were great. It's a great little shooting ride, and the spinning. I just personally loved it. It was such a good ride to go on.
Yeah, no, we always enjoy that ride as well. There's a bit too much competition in our household with that. There's someone that ends up quite grumpy when they come. It's quite often me.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So my three. So there's a couple actually that were the same as yours. So I put Rise is the number one in that park, and I don't know. I struggle to actually call it just a ride because it's not just a ride. Like, it's an experience because there's from the moment you're kind of in the first kind of pre-show bit. You just move and you're in the ride, aren't you? But it's I mean the cast members in there are brilliant. The way they talk to you. It's just incredibly immersive. And I think if you're a Star Wars fan, it's absolutely mind-blowing. But even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's still great. Like, you don't need to understand what's going on to appreciate how brilliant it is. Yeah, I think so for me. And it's although I always say about Guardians being my absolute favourite ride ever, it absolutely is. But Rise should be the better ride. It is technically better, but you still won't topple Guardians for me. So then I've put Mickey and Minnie's as well because I just think that is such a cute ride. And every single time I go on it, it just makes me smile. The music's fun. It's a fun ride to be on, and there's quite lots of elements to it. You know, and who doesn't love a dance with Daisy? So I'm the same. I think that's a really fun ride. The only thing that puts me off with that though, the queue is usually quite long. And a lot of that queue is outside, isn't it? Which is not my favourite, but yeah, you can't beat it. So it's a ride. And the last one I put in was Slinky Dog because I do love Slinky Dog.
I've not done that. The queue time was way too long, and then that day that I did it, it was that I wanted to do. It was raining all day, so it was like I had to skip out on it.
Well, actually, that I'm talking about queues. I hate the Slinky Dog queue because that is quite a lot of that is in glaring sunshine because that whole area is not great for shade, is it? The whole Storyland is open. But the ride itself is just such a lot of fun. So I have to add Slinky in as one of my top 3.
Like that. It's on my list.
Yeah.
It's definitely on my list. But yeah, next one is not so much snacks because I didn't get a chance to have a lot of snacks in Hollywood Studios, but it's more food and I've only got 2 of them rather than 3. But my first one has to be Woody's Lunchbox. Now I actually went for the kids meal because their kids meal tend to be the size of a normal adult's meal for me. And I got the cheese toasty with the tater tots, I think I got as well, and the tomato soup. Loved it. And I'm not the tomato soup fan. I don't like it, never have. But just that combination together, absolutely loved it. It was, I'd get that again. That was a really good meal, kind of. I guess it was a snack for me because I then needed to eat something proper afterwards, but it did its job until I had to go back to the hotel. But that was a really good the dish that I had. And my next one is 50's Prime Time. I think we got the Aunt Liz fried chicken, and me and my mum shared that because it's quite a lot of food, and the cornbread. Love it. 100% would get it every time. That would be a number 1 restaurant that I would actually go back to. But other than that, I didn't have any snacks or anything like that in Hollywood Studios, which is a shame. I'd have liked to spend more time in that section.
Yeah, so I've never been to 50's Prime Time actually, so it's interesting that that's one of your favourites because we've looked at it quite a few times and have never actually booked it, so I might actually get that one on one of our next trips. I had to agree with you on the grilled cheese and tomato soup. So from Woody's Lunchbox, that is a top tier. I don't know if it's a snack, but it is. Yeah, it is. And like I say, it's a good size if you get a smaller portion of it. Fills a hole, and actually it's good. It's a good tasty food. I really struggled with snacks in Hollywood Studios actually. We do eat in there. We eat in different restaurants and do enjoy the restaurants. But yes, snacks I struggle with. So I actually put a Mickey pretzel because every time I'm in Hollywood Studios, I do actually end up buying a Mickey pretzel. With that cheese, with the plastic cheese. And again, it fills a hole. I don't know why I always end up going for that while I'm there, but I do. So yeah, I put a Mickey pretzel, and then I've actually put down. So have you ever been to Baseline Tap House?
Oh no.
No, so they do a really good charcuterie board, which I am classing as a snack.
Yeah.
if you share it. So I highly recommend that if you're not looking for like a massive meal.
Yeah.
You can sit down, have a drink, and get this charcuterie board.
Nice.
It's nice. So yeah,
Look
so
into that
I've
now.
one.
Nice. The next part, I guess, would be hidden sections or hidden gems, should I say. Now, I've actually got two because they're hidden to me, maybe, and I don't know. One of them's just opened up, I think, and the other one's probably been there for a while, and because it was the first time going, I've never noticed it, but I've also never noticed it in anyone's vlogs. The first one is the Pixar character meet. So it is, I can't even describe it. That's how hidden it is that I can't actually think in my head how to get around that bit. I just stumbled across it. But I guess it's as if you were coming or trying to find the Toy Story section. It's at the back. It's almost very hidden.
Yeah.
It almost looks backstage.
Yeah.
But if you walk into that section, you can meet Sully, I think Mrs. Incredible, I think Edna Mode, and I want to say Frozone's in that section.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's there or if he's in California.
No,
but
I think we've seen him there.
is he there as well? I hadn't
think
seen him
so.
at time. I know Edna Mode had a carrot to meet, but it was a 15-minute wait. But I did see Sully and Mrs. Incredible, and then there's like a little ball where it has Pixar, and it's got like a ball with the lamp kind of thing, and you can take photo passes there. But I feel like that one's very hidden because I walked in and there was barely anyone in that section.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
the
the same
other,
we said about earlier, because it does, like,
yeah,
it looks like you are about to walk somewhere you shouldn't. I think
exactly.
that's when it
It
almost
looks
puts
like
people off. You're
backstage.
kind of like, oh, it doesn't look, yeah.
You don't expect it until you see the character standing there and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
actually, I can go in that section.
Mm.
But otherwise you wouldn't tell that you could go, especially if they weren't all out at the same time.
Yeah.
And then the next section is, I think it's called Imagination Corner or section, but
Yeah.
it's relatively new and I think it's just open back out where the Little Mermaid show is and like where the new Sorcerer Mickey hat is. But in
Mhm.
that section, you can meet loads of like characters, and I think I spotted Goofy, Donald Duck, Chip and Dale, and I want to say there was one more, but I can't remember who was there. But it was a section that you could they do like a little walk around, a little dancey kind of section, and it was actually just really sweet to walk around and see all the kids become so excited because they're just surrounded by all these characters, just walking
Yeah.
around and talking. Well, not talking, but interacting with them, and it was just really sweet and it's very hidden. You wouldn't notice it because you just would assume that there's just a random group of people or it's like a nice area to sit in.
Yeah.
But actually, there's characters all over that section. So yeah, that would be my two hidden gems for Hollywood Studio.
Yeah. That's some of my favourite though, when the characters just are there.
Yeah.
You stumble upon them by accident. It's kind of parts of the magic, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to seeing that. We've not seen that area yet because it wasn't open when we went last time. So, yeah. So our hidden gem, or my hidden gem, is the toilets in Toy Story Land. If you've not been in them, they're incredible. And if it wasn't for toilets, I'd have lots of photographs of inside the toilets, but that would be weird. But yeah, the theming of them is just crazy. The outside looks great, and actually, I think the first couple of times we walked past, didn't even realise they were toilets. But the theming carries on inside them.
Yeah.
One of my favourite things, when we talk about it, is hidden gems, but that's one of my favourite things about Disney in general, is that nothing is overlooked. Everything is there for a reason and it fits the theme. But that is one of my favourite. If you can have a favourite set of toilets to go into, but it's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
I picked that.
Lovely. And then something that we'll skip. So for me personally, it's Tower of Terror. But that's only because I haven't done it. I may experience it this year when I do go on my trip to Disneyland Paris, but we will see. I'm not the biggest fan of something that's just going to drop me and bring me back up and drop me again. So we will see. But for me, that at the minute, that's a complete skip. Don't mind not doing it.
No, I would entirely agree with you. I've had that on my list, but I've got a different one which I'll use. But I couldn't agree with you more about Tower of Terror. Not for me at all.
Yeah.
So mine again is a little bit of a probably controversial, but I've put Smuggler's Run as my skip.
Yeah.
And it's a ride where if you have been on it, so it is it's a bit like Star Tours for me.
Okay.
So it's a little bit like that. So it's a what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a 3D, you're in a like a
Yeah.
spaceship, aren't you? I mean, I've
Simulator.
done it, but you're in a simulator.
Simulator, that was the word I was looking for. Yes, it was a simulator ride. But it is more interactive than Star Tours. So in theory, I
Okay.
love Star Tours, so I should
Yeah.
like this. But what I really dislike about it, it's a massive long queue, always, which is not great. And unless you're a pilot, the rest of so you get to be an engineer, I think gunners. So you're assigned a job.
Okay.
And unless you're a pilot, you are actually doing something as a pilot. So that's a bit more
Yeah.
of an interesting position to be in. The rest of it, you're just pressing random buttons for no apparent reason.
Oh.
And it just is, I don't know, it's just a bit of something of nothing of a ride for me. And again, it's such a long queue.
Yeah.
Frankly, I'd rather queue for
Skip
Star
it.
Tours.
Yeah.
It's much quicker, and I actually quite enjoy that one. So
Yeah.
so Smuggler's Run would be my skip.
Yeah. I mean, I've not done Smuggler's Run, but when I was there, the queue was really long, and I said that can be a skip because it's just way too long for me to wait for this ride. We're done now.
Yeah,
so I'd agree.
I don't think you've missed very much in my opinion.
Yeah. So our last and final park, Animal Kingdom. My 3 favorite rides, which I think for me was the only 3 rides I did while I was there. But my first one was Kilimanjaro, the safari. I absolutely loved it. I didn't expect to see so many animals, only because of the time that we got in. So I didn't rope drop it or anything. But it was quite warm by the time that we had got in there. So I was expecting it to be like, oh my God, it's like way too much. It's going to be too hot. We're not going to see anything. But actually, I got some really great footage and was able to see loads of animals that I didn't expect to see. That one became a quick one that I really enjoyed. My favorite one out of all of that would be Flight of Passage. So that was my number 1. And the only thing I wish they did is sort out the blurriness, because it felt like even though I had my glasses on, I felt like it was still too blurry. So like you're not getting to see the entire screen that's in front of you. So I think they need to fix that part. But other than that, the actual ride and being on the Banshee and maneuvering around, it's fantastic. If you haven't done it, I recommend it. It's a fantastic ride. The pre-show is great. It's quite interactive, actually, your pre-show, because you have to then match with your Banshee, and it was just great. I just loved the pre-show, and I loved the actual ride in itself. And it was quite a long ride, actually. And then the last one would be Na'vi River Journey. I'm not going to lie. As much as I love that ride, it was a great ride. The first bit of it was quite dark, so there's not much to see until you get to the largest animatronic part and you see an avatar. That part was my favorite bit, but it is a really nice ride if you want to get off or come out of the heat, should I say, and just kind of go along the river and you're in the darkness. And it is a pretty ride. I do like it. It's a nice ride.
I think that gets unnecessary hate, that ride.
What, Na'vi River Journey?
Yeah, because quite a lot of people don't like it, and I know that sometimes the queue is quite long, and I don't know that I would queue for a long time.
Yeah,
but I think it's quite a nice. It's a nice ride. It's, like I say, it's pretty. It does feel like you're immersing yourself in the film itself, and and that animatronic is incredible.
But I think if I'm correct, it's the most expensive animatronic that they have at Disney.
Yeah, no, I think
but
it is.
It's really,
the way
really
it moves, that
it's so
realistic and everything, it's incredible. Yeah,
the incredible ride.
Yeah,
those are my 3.
Oh, a good 3. So 2 of mine are the same as yours. So I also went for the safari. I absolutely love the safari, and for me, I think it's quintessentially Animal Kingdom. That's why you're there. So you can't not pick the safari.
Exactly.
And actually, the last time we went on it was the best safari we've ever been on. I tend, a bit like you, to try and get in there early because it's kind of when they're the most active. But we were a bit later. I think that we went on it was about 11 o'clock, which normally you sort of think they might be starting to quieten down. But yeah, it was brilliant. We saw pretty much everything. The lion was out. It was roaring. It was, it was.
Oh wow!
It was a really incredible. But I think every time you do it, it's different as well.
Yeah.
So I could never not do the safari when I'm in Animal Kingdom. I picked Flight of Passage, the same as you. The first time I went on that ride, it made me cry. Ridiculous. But I find it, again, it's so immersive.
Yeah.
And if you I love Avatar as the film.
Same.
I've always loved Avatar. But the way that the banshee breathes and you
Yeah.
can feel it, and the music comes on and you go, oh,
Yeah.
it's incredible. If you've never done it, you have to. And then I've picked Everest. I love Everest. I think it's again one of my favorite rides. It's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said because Russell always says this, there's not enough physical roller coasters in a lot of these parks now, which is one of those things that Universal is a bit guilty of, I think, screen-based rather than physical rides. So I've picked Everest because I think that's, like I say, it's a really good fun ride. And the queue's never usually too bad for Everest in comparison to the other rides. Anyway.
I've never done it, but it is on my list to do. It's just the day that I think I was doing it, either it was a long wait or I think it was broken down, so it might not have even been open. But it is on my list for the next trip. So then snack-wise, so I kind of only had one snack, and it just happened to be that I'd gone to Hollywood Studio the same day as I went to Animal Kingdom. We only did Animal Kingdom once in this trip. So I went to 𝗂𝗂𝘀𝘁 and I had the night blossom drink, which was fantastic. Loved it. Refreshing is all I can say.
I was going to say it is very refreshing.
Very refreshing. If you're on a hot day, I 100% recommend it. It's kind of like in the distance. It's like as you walk, it wasn't something that I'd looked for, but it just happened to be that as I'd walked out of, I think, Flight of Passage, it's kind of just there on as you come out and follow it around. So I was like, oh, we might as well try it while we're here. But the other thing I had was the 𝗂𝗂𝘀𝘀𝘁 lumpia, which is essentially like it's got pineapple inside with cream cheese. So this is for anyone that hasn't had it. But it's sweet. It's more of a dessert rather than a actual snacky kind of thing, like food if per se. But it was a really nice sweet treat. But those are the only two things I actually tried in Animal Kingdom for the whole trip, because I was only there for the morning and then dipped out to go Hollywood Studio. So yeah.
No, so so I've never had the pineapples. You say lumpia? I've never had that. So you'd recommend it?
I would recommend it. I do enjoy that.
Yeah, but the night blossom drink is really refreshing.
Top tip.
That's one of Charlie's top things. He has to have one of them every time we go in that park.
Yeah.
So my three. So I've picked the cheeseburger pods from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Canteen. So we've had them for the first time this time. So they're bao buns with cheeseburger filling.
Yeah.
They were delicious. They were really, really, really good. My only recommendation would be you don't need an adult portion each.
Oh, okay.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Well, unless obviously you're very hungry, but we made that mistake of ordering way too much food. But but yeah, I would 100% get them again. They were really, really good. I've literally put anything in Nomad Lounge because Nomad Lounge is just brilliant. It's one of my favorite places. But the churros specifically are delicious. They are crispy and fluffy and warm and sugary, and I'm not even a massive like donut-y churro type person anyway, but I would eat them. They again and again, they're delicious. And for my third one, I've picked the margarita from the 𝗂𝗂𝘀𝘀𝘁 stand. Again, probably a bit of a theme, but I do love a margarita. So I don't drink it.
Oh,
okay.
So I don't ever try the alcohol beverages, but I'll take your word for it.
Again, it's a very refreshing drink. For anybody who does imbibe, but it's like I say, it's a bit of a margarita fiend. So that is my top three.
Nice options. I quite like them. Hidden gems. So my hidden gem, and I mean, I guess everybody has seen it. I've seen it in other people's vlogs, but it's the bit as you're walking to Kilimanjaro, and there's like a little stage, and they have performers, and they're performing, like they're playing music and they're singing, and I just think that part's so great. The kids get involved. I was on my way to Kilimanjaro, so I didn't actually stop. But as I walked past, it kind of brought back a memory for me of childhood, of going to, if anyone's ever been to London, we have Notting Hill Carnival, which is coming up in August next month, but I was going to that carnival since I was the age of 2, and I'm now 33. I stopped going 2 years ago now. I think I've done my fair share quota. I've gone every year since I was 2. but it just brought back that same kind of vibe and feeling for me as walking past and listening to the music. And it was just a really nice bit. Like, it breaks up from rides per se or character meets or anything like that. So that would be my personal hidden gem.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there for Animal Kingdom for me, because
Yeah.
it's the atmosphere of Animal Kingdom. Actually, such a
Yeah.
nice park to just walk around, and
Yeah.
the music and the culture and all those sorts of things that come out of those sorts of things, like say the people
Yeah.
playing the music or whatever, is part of the magic of Animal Kingdom for me.
Yeah.
So I actually really like that you've picked that, because that's one of our favourite things.
Yeah.
So my hidden gem, so I picked Nomad Lounge. I don't know that it's a particularly hidden gem. Loads of people know that it's there, but we it's one of the things we do every time we go in there now, even if it's only just for an hour, just to get a drink and a snack.
Yeah.
But it's such a nice place to go to sit. It's peaceful.
Yeah.
It's, again, I'll talk about the aircon. It's always hot in Animal Kingdom. It's quite nice to just have 5 minutes where you don't feel like you're burning up.
Yeah.
But the food in there is great if you like I say, if you're just going for a snack. But it's I've not had anything horrible on that menu. It's all been delicious. The drinks menu is, quite sizable, so there's lots to choose from, and that's alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks as well. Some different things to try. So for me, that's a kind of almost must visit every time I'm in the park.
Yeah. I'd have to add that to my list because I've not done it. I didn't do a lot in Animal Kingdom, so I've now learned that actually I should just spend a day in each of these parks rather than trying to dip into each of these. I mean, at Magic Kingdom and Epcot, it's kind of easy to dip in between the both, but Animal Kingdom, I feel like I need a whole day, and same with Hollywood Studio. So that I will add to my list so that I can actually try some of these places.
Yeah.
But yeah, so something I would skip. For Animal Kingdom will probably be the show, and I think the show out at the minute is Zootropolis. I like the film, but I'm not the biggest fan of Zootropolis per se. But it would be something that I would probably skip out on because it's just of no interest of mine per se. But that'd be the only reason why I'd skip it.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. I actually quite liked Zootropolis when we did that. That was quite good. So I have really struggled with a skip for Animal Kingdom, because I find it's that one park where it's not actually huge amounts in the park. There's obviously the animals you've got, but there's not lots of things. So there's actually nothing I specifically skip, I don't think. Probably the only thing I could think of, and again it's a bit of a random one, but we have eaten in the Rainforest Cafe. It's that's a skip and a miss for me. And again, I know lots of people love it in there. I don't. I always find the food a bit average. It's quite expensive for what you get. If you've got young kids, probably great because you've got all the moving animals and the thunderstorm that happens occasionally. But
perfect.
But for me, you can get much better food and other things at other places. So for me, that would be the skip.
Yeah, makes sense. I've not done it. I mean, there's a Rainforest Cafe, I think, in Disney Springs. But I've never done it. It's never been an interest of mine. I always found it kiddie-like. So I always felt like that's more tailored towards your younger kids that do like animals kind of thing. So I'd probably agree on that one as well.
So now it's time for our park tip of the week. So we've made it Animal Kingdom themed this week. So we're just discussing this actually in terms of what our tip would be, and we were just saying that Animal Kingdom opens earlier actually than all of the other parks and closes earlier, particularly relevant in the summer months because obviously it's light and everything else, so it does close early. So one of the things we were just saying actually is, particularly from the UK, in the first few days of your trip when you're suffering with jet lag, actually putting a rope drop of Animal Kingdom into one of the first 2 or 3 days of your trip is a really good way of maximising your time. So firstly, you get into the park earlier. It opens an hour earlier than everything else. And actually you're more likely to see the animals awake, particularly when it's hot. So they're more likely to be up and around earlier in the morning than they are kind of later in the day. And in my experience, and Tish might be the same, but I think you can get quite a lot done in that park if you get in quite early.
Absolutely. Yeah, I 100% agree. I feel like the earlier the better. I mean, I didn't go overly early, but I went early enough to do those three rides. And actually, I would agree that you could probably get most of it done by late afternoon-ish, and you probably get to see more animals and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So yeah, 100% agree.
yeah. And if you can make any good use of the stupid o'clock at the time of morning you're getting up in those first few days,
Yeah,
that's probably the best use of that.
absolutely.
So now we're going to move on to our usual trivia question. So our trivia question for this week is, which Magic Kingdom attraction was the only ride to open with the park on its very first day in 1971 and is still running today?
Oh,
So if anybody knows the answer to that, if you could kind of give it a guess on our socials, we will put some polls on so that you can interact with them there as well. But we may or may not have mentioned that particular attraction today. So yeah, so that'll be good if anyone could answer that one, and we will obviously let you know next week. And then following on from that is our usual would you rather question. So this is linked to our episode for next week. So we're going to be talking about Orlando hotels, so from specifically from the UK visitors' perspective.
yeah.
But so the would you rather question for that is, would you rather stay on site at a Disney Value Resort with free park transport, or off site in a luxury villa with a car and twice the space?
Oh,
And there's obviously lots of pros and cons for both of those. So
yeah.
yeah, I'd love to know your opinion on that.
So that is the end of our episode 4. If you have followed along this far, then we just wanted to say thank you. Don't forget to like, comment on our trivia and our would you rathers. And don't forget to add us on our social media. And don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with the episodes. But on that note, we'll see you in the next one.
See
Bye.
you next time.
Thank you all so much for watching.
We hope you had a magical time.
See you next time on T&M Magic Hour.